So, BTS's comeback track Swim, it is so much more than just a chart-topping hit. Seriously. It's this incredibly complex piece of art that's got the whole world talking. But what's really hiding just beneath the surface? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive deep into the lyrical and visual storytelling you might have totally missed.
And get this, in just a few days, the music video rocketed past 30 million views. I mean, that's not just a comeback. That's a full-blown global cultural event. A number like that tells you something really, really powerful is going on here. And we're about to break down exactly what that is.
All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to start with why Swim became such a phenomenon. Then we'll do a deep dive into the lyrics and the choreography. After that, we'll see how those two things collide, and finally, we'll get into the wild fan theories that take this song to a whole other level. Okay, first things first, let's talk context. Swim dropped on March 19th, 2026, and this wasn't just any old release. No, this was the moment the world was holding its breath for, BTS's first major project after finishing their military service. And you have to understand that context, because it adds this incredible weight to every single note and every single movement.
And then the very next day, RM posts this on Weverse, and it just perfectly sums up the song's entire vibe: swim or sink in idle life. And look, this isn't just some clever throwaway line. This is it. This is the core tension they're wrestling with through the entire song: the pressure, the fame, the constant fight to just stay afloat. Swim or sink.
And this is where things get really interesting. It's like a hidden cultural Easter egg. In the bridge, they sing about echoes in blue, and so many people believe this is a direct shout-out to the Korean myth of the Imoogi. So these are these serpent-like water spirits that have to go through incredible hardships to finally become dragons. It's an absolutely brilliant metaphor for their own journey, right? Transformation through struggle.
So how does this whole theme of struggle actually play out in the words they're singing? This is where we really find the raw emotional heart of the song, and it kind of defines who they are after their long break.
Just look at this incredible contrast in the lyrics. On one hand, you have dive into the deep end, no lifeline. I mean, that speaks directly to that feeling of isolation, the pain of their time away. But then it's answered with this: waves crash, but we sink. What a powerful line. It's this testament to their bond with each other and with ARMY, finding that unity even when everything is chaos.
And the music video just hammers this home. When Jimin sings that heartbreaking line, "Cold water shocks the soul," we see these beautiful slow-motion underwater shots. It perfectly captures that raw, post-pandemic vulnerability. Then, as V's voice sings "Pull Me Under," the dance itself starts to mimic these overwhelming currents trying to drag them down. It's poetry in motion.
Which brings us right to the choreography. Co-created with the legend Paris Goebel, this dance is way more than just a series of moves. It's a physical story. You could even call it the physics of their emotional journey, told through their bodies.
We can really break it down into 3 key moves. First, you've got the intro wave roll. Those sharp hip isolations, they just build this incredible tension from the very beginning. Then there's the sync break, where they split into these mirror formations, which is such a smart way to show that internal conflict between their public image and their real selves. And finally, the climax drop, this absolutely explosive floor spin that uses centrifugal force to visually represent them breaking free from all that pressure.
So, for anyone who wants to go back and rewatch, here are the exact timestamps for those key moves. You can literally watch the story build from one moment to the next. Okay, and here's a little pro tip, a secret for the truly dedicated fans out there. If you rewatch that climax drop but slow it down to 0.75 speed, you can actually catch the incredibly complex footwork and even see RM doing these subtle ad-libs that are pretty much impossible to spot at full speed. It's a true hidden gem. So here's the crucial part, right? It's where these two stories, the words and the dance, finally merge. And when they do, that's when you get those genuine aha moments where the song's meaning just becomes crystal clear. This chart just lays it out so brilliantly. At 45 seconds, the lyric "Pull Me Under" is perfectly matched by arm movements that look like overwhelming currents. At 1 minute and 20 seconds, as they sing "We Swim Together," their whole formation shifts like a protective school of fish. And then, at the sync break, that lyrical idea of fame versus their real self is made so obvious by the mirrored dance moves. It's a perfect synthesis.
But, believe it or not, the story doesn't end there. The song's release has sparked this absolute firestorm of fan theories that connect Swim to much bigger, even geopolitical conversations.
And this is where things get really wild.
One of the biggest theories floating around is this one. Is swim actually an anti-war metaphor? Written and released within the whole context of the post-Trump era.
So you're probably asking, okay, where in the world did that theory come from? Well, it's all about what was happening in 2026. The song came out during some really tense US-Korea alliance talks. It topped the charts right after the US election. And thematically, fans are comparing its message of struggle to their older song Butterfly, but arguing that this time, the struggle is on a global scale.
So, all of this leaves us with one last, massive, fascinating question. If the crashing waves in the song represent global conflict, and the 7 members of BTS represent the 7 seas, then what are they, and by extension, all of us, really swimming through? It's a really powerful thought to end on, and it just proves that Swim isn't just a song. It's a reflection of our times.